Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So today I've got my 1025R John Deere tractor in the barn. I'm going to change the oil and the air filter real quick on this, and thought maybe some of you might want to see it. So this tractor is supposed to get an oil change every 200 hours or annually, and I definitely go with the annual because I've owned this for several years now and it's only got 164 hours on it right now. But I use it a lot, and I use it in dusty and muddy conditions. So we're gonna go ahead and maintenance it. Thanks for watching. To start with, we'll open the hood, and then I'll get a 10mm wrench and take this right side cover off. That'll expose the air filter and also the oil filters right under this cover. And you can get to it without taking that cover off, but it's just easier to do. So we'll do that. So this side cover comes off with just this 10mm bolt. So pull the bolt out, and then the side cover pops off. So once the bolt comes out, you just slide this side cover back, and then it pops right off. And here's our air cleaner element, and we just have to take this rubber band off of it. So that comes off. Now this can rotate up, and we can take the cap off. And it just raises out. And there's an inner and outer filter, and we'll get these replaced. So with these filters, a silver and a black marker help for writing the times on these, the hours. And so I just put the hours and the date. So it was 164.5, I'm gonna just write 165. Okay, so with the hours and the date on that, put that back in. Okay, here's our new outer filter, 65, and it's 5 of 23. And that filter just goes over the other filter. Put our cap back on. Okay, and it's labeled top, and then also the drain points down. Okay, with those both snapped down, we'll pull our rubber band back around. Okay, the air filter is changed. So now we'll drain the oil out of here, which I could have done first. Here we are under the tractor, and this is the oil drain bolt. And this tractor holds almost 3 quarts. So this is a 17mm socket. And break it loose. And it's already starting to drain. So I get my hand black. It's a little warm, it's not super hot. I just drove it from the back around to the front. And there we go. So this takes almost 3 quarts, so we'll let that drain out, and we'll get that filter off there. All right, and here's the filter. And I just get all these filters at our local Napa. And I've got my oil pan where we'll catch it. Most of it anyway. Okay, we'll pull this filter all the way off. And what I do is I like to look at them and make sure they're the same. And then also, if they are the same, they'll line up and I can lube the new gasket. Then go ahead and put the new filter back on. And on these, I only ever go hand tight. Of course, then I watch, make sure there's no leakage. There we go. Now I took the dipstick out just to make it easier to work there without it being in the way. So let's slide that back on. Now we can go down, put our drain plug back in, and put our almost 3 quarts. It says 2.9 quarts of oil in it, and we'll be done with this job. Let's get our hours written on this filter, which is 165, and that was May of 23. I'll put my oil drain plug back in now that it's completely quit dripping. And these I don't just do hand tight. That could be the problem. So go ahead and snug this up. Okay, now we're ready to put the oil back in it and we will be done. Okay, and right here on the top of the motor is the oil fill plug. Take that out. And we'll now put 3.9 quarts back in it. This tractor takes 15W40 motor oil, and I use the Shell Rotella, which is for heavy duty diesel engine oil. And this is a 1 gallon instead of the 5 quart that you usually find. The problem is it only takes 3 quarts. So I've got a 1 quart measuring cup, and what I do is I pour out a quart, and then I know that 3 quarts is left. The only problem is, look at that. So this measuring cup is no longer gonna work. I just used that the other day. I'm not sure what happened to it. But also, there is a 1 quart mark right here on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is pour this slowly until I've got a quart left in the jug. And of course, I'll be checking the oil as long the way. And let's put 3 quarts of oil in here. Okay, so that's not even half yet. Right to there. Okay, so there's about 1.5 quarts in the jug. Let's pour just a little bit more. Okay, we're going to here, we're up there. But I'm going to check the dipstick at this point. Pull the dipstick out. And we'll put it back in and see where we're at. Okay, so it's about 3/4 of the way to the top. According to the dipstick, got about a 1/2 quart to go, and according to the jug, there's about a 1/2 quart to go. What I don't want to do is overfill it. So that's just slightly above the quart mark. I think what I'll do is go ahead and start it up, recheck the oil, and then add if necessary. We'll take our funnel out, put our cap back in. It's in neutral. And see where we're at. Okay, and we like that nice clean oil. It's just barely below the top. So let's throw just another little dab in. Okay, let's check it one more last time. And it's right to the top. I like it. Look how nice and clean that oil is. You can barely see it unless the light shines off of it. And that's what we like. Okay, the one last thing that I do when I'm servicing it is there is a screen over the radiator, and you can see all that dust down there and pollen and dandelion heads or whatever all it is. Okay, so the screen that covers the radiator, I'll pull that out. Look at all that dirt and dust and stuff in there. So I'm gonna clean all that off, put the side cover back on, and we're gonna call it good. How I do this is just take it outside and bang it, and then take an air compressor. And that's ready to go back on. Okay, now that we've cleaned our screen, we'll just drop it back in. There we go. And the final step, other than cleanup, is to put our side panel back on. And we'll close the hood, take it out, and clean up the mess. Okay, and that's it on this job, which was an oil change and filter change on the 1025R. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day and be safe.